Multiple researchers who have questioned climate change are facing legal action from some of the nation's top cops, state attorneys general. Critics worry it's an attempt to stifle free speech that could have far-reaching implications. Jennifer Wishon brings us that story.
Energy companies, scientists, and think tanks have been put on notice. Dispute the idea of man-made climate change, and you can expect trouble.
The First Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, does not give you the right to commit fraud. And we are pursuing this as we would any other fraud matter.
New York's Attorney General and more than a dozen more AGs, all Democrats, are investigating ExxonMobil with former Vice President Al Gore's blessing. They claim the oil company kept its findings of possible climate change a secret. Exxon is challenging that action in court. Meanwhile, the Attorney General of the U.S. Virgin Islands is asking Exxon to hand over nearly 40 years of company documents on climate change.
It could be David and Goliath, the Virgin Islands, against a huge corporation, but we will not stop until we get to the bottom of this.
Attorney General Claude Walker has also subpoenaed nearly 100 scientists, universities, and think tanks that have corresponded with ExxonMobil. Places like the Competitive Enterprise Institute, where Sam Kasman is general counsel.
These folks call themselves AGs United for Clean Power. What they really are AGs United for More Power.
Critics say what the attorneys general are really trying to do is use the power of the government to silence those, including nonprofit research groups, who disagree with the idea of man-made climate change. The Heritage Foundation also received a subpoena.
These AGs are treating climate change as if it's a given fact, almost as if it's a religion. And anyone who questions that religion is guilty of blasphemy and has to be investigated, fined, and potentially put in jail.
Climate change is still unsettled science.
It is. I mean, it is just, frankly, it's almost insane to think that in the United States, we now have government authorities saying that they are investigating and potentially prosecuting individuals over their views on an unproven scientific theory.
So what does this mean for the average American? If companies like ExxonMobil are driven out of business, that could mean higher prices at the gas pump when you fill up your car and more money to heat and cool your home. Standing with the Attorneys General United for Clean Power, climate change activist and former Vice President Al Gore indicated that driving energy companies out of business is the ultimate goal.
We're seeing coal companies go bankrupt on a regular basis now.
And he says he sees the investigations as a turning point.
To hold to account those commercial interests that have been, according to the best available evidence, deceiving the American people.
There are also concerns about what many see as clear violations of free speech. Do you think ultimately this will have a chilling effect on research?
Oh, it's definitely already having a chilling effect because you have lots of university researchers finding that if they take a contrary line on global warming, they find their funding grants being stonewalled. They have to go looking elsewhere than the federal government for research monies. Quite often, they're actually deprived of their positions at universities. So it's already been happening. But this, in a sense, is an attempt to put the tombstone on all of that.
Both sides are digging in. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, Washington.